Driving Home once more is back in its sporadic thing, and I'm not going to bother saying we're going to put effort into it weekly now.
We're going to do it when we can.
Things are in motion, should we say. For now, though, it's going to be when we feel like it, when we have time, and when families allow. And this is not sponsored by the brilliant Michelin, by the way, who do the best premium tyres. And you know what? I've got some brand new PS4 Tesla tyres on my Tesla now.
And the difference has made?
Well, before I had the Cross Climate 2s, which were also brilliant. But now, because I've got the winter tyres,
Oh, you don't need the
best of both, of course. And the Renault Zoe that's outside, also got from Michelin tyres.
How much should you go for with that?
E-Primacy on that one, because it's not exactly powerful.
Yeah. You might get a little bit of extra range with it.
And I believe you have the same tyres.
I've got PS4s, yeah.
Oh, there you go. And you know, this is genuinely not sponsored by Michelin. But
We wish it was.
what we're hoping is some other sponsors will go, well, if Michelin are sponsoring that, because they're not going to watch, they're just going to see this. Well, maybe we want a piece of that.
What, something year? The conflict of interest area.
Yes. Yeah. Other time makers, maybe not, but that's what we're doing here. Anyway, let's go on with the topic at hand, which is something which we've believed for years and have practiced, but now are kind of like, oh, I've made a mistake.
Yeah. Marriage. No.
That's for a different podcast.
That's it.
This one is servicing of EVs, but specifically for us, obviously, both owning Teslas.
Of the not servicing of a Tesla.
Yeah, so I remember not long after I bought my Model 3, it's probably about 2 months after I bought it, because it was literally the start of lockdown.
It was, wasn't it? It was a week before or something like that.
No, it was a week after.
The week after lockdown.
Yeah, because I thought, are they going to let me pick it up?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, I got the car, and it had a scratch on the centre console. We'll forget the other issues.
Yeah.
And they actually said, oh, we'll sort that.
Yeah.
So a Tesla Ranger came up a couple of months after I bought the car. Bear in mind that only Lorna was taking it to work.
Yeah. So it
it
wasn't
won't
piling
be
on that
used.
many miles at the point.
And I said, oh, whilst it's here, I'll pick his brains.
Yeah.
And I went, so should I service this? And his words were pretty much, no, we used to offer that, but we were replacing stuff that didn't need replacing.
You're wasting your money.
Yeah, don't bother servicing it. I mean, yes, you've got the air filter.
Yeah.
You can do yourself with a little bit of effort. But
And what
essentially,
else is there to do? You're not getting your oil changed, are you?
no, I mean, brake fluid and things like that can be tested.
They can be, and I think on a new vehicle especially, you can get 3 or 4 years
First
out
3
of
years,
that, can't
definitely
you?
not.
Yeah.
And then you think, well,
After
the
3
MOT
years, you've got your MOT.
you've got your MOT that does the safety side of it, granted. And I'd like to think I know enough to look at the brake pads and discs to think, they're thin.
Well, having owned cars for 20 years, you know a little bit.
You pick stuff up, don't you? But effectively, and this isn't just from him.
No.
It's come from many places, but it's definitely a Tesla thing because they don't require servicing to
do you know
maintain warranty.
It was one of the things, so when I was looking at getting an EV, the Tesla was the one I would really like to have got. And it was one of them things where you start looking at certain, but you end up working up a bit until you end up with the car you want. And one of the things was, I'm saving myself between £200 to £500 a year by not having to service it.
Oh yeah, easily.
Which goes on the man maths then, doesn't it? And that's another tick in the box.
And then
for
there's the
Tesla.
fuel, and you think, oh, actually, the monthly cost of what I normally pay out for a car, I'm saving more than that.
Well, I was looking at the Kia. To keep the 7-year warranty, you have to have it serviced with Kia.
I think you can go elsewhere, but you need it for service regardless.
Yeah.
It's just a lot easier and simpler with kit.
Yeah.
So that's
you've
got to be
have to
200-300 quid a year.
At least, yeah. I mean, you were looking at how much was the Leaf last time you got that done? Was it 100 and some quid just for the...
The very first was £99, and then
it kept going up and up.
I think it was about 150 to 200 by the time, but that's years.
Essentially, in my mind, I'm thinking it's just a guy who's getting a laptop, plugging it into the OBD port and going, oh yeah.
Well, we know what happened, did we? Because I filmed it.
Well, that's
Apart from somebody having a toilet break.
washing your car with wee.
Yes. They literally topped it up. So they charged me.
With wipe of...
Yeah, for...
bit of blinker fluid.
It was a litre of screen wash.
Oh, yeah.
And I just topped the thing up like a couple of weeks before. So I knew
yeah.
there was nothing there. And I saw him with it was like a hose that they could get out of the wall.
Yeah,
It was just water.
Water, yeah.
And then, because I said, can I have the litre?
Yeah.
Because I know I hadn't put it in there because it was full.
Yeah.
So they gave me a litre screen wash.
Course.
But anyway, it was screen wash. It was, plug in the car in. I could hear that, and that was probably a 5-10 minute thing. So they are doing something
We've done that before. You open the app and you just click scan.
Yeah, does that. And I presume they then have a quick look around the tyre treads and all the all
Trying to upsell. You need new tyres. Here we go.
potentially, yeah. But part of the service, I suppose.
Yeah,
But
it
essentially,
did
there's
feel like
nothing there.
it felt like a bit of a waste of money. I know when you had it done, I was like, I wouldn't pay 100
There's
quid
nothing
for
there.
that.
No, it was purely because you have to maintain at least a full service, not necessarily dealer services.
Yeah.
For the warranty.
Yeah.
But Tesla say we don't require that. The warranty is not reliant on servicing because we don't require service.
Almost, yeah.
For the Model 3 and Y, anyway.
You don't need to do this. It's
No.
completely pointless.
And the Ranger backed that up.
Yeah.
And you look online, people saying the same thing, saying,
well, you hear stories, don't you? I mean, the Ranger, I think he said to you that he'd done 100,000 miles or well over that, and his brakes still were like 80% or something like that.
well, let's go fast forward because
So we've just had ours.
we both had ours, had a full health check. Mine's 5.5 years-ish old, done nearly 80,000 miles.
Mine's 5 years and done 75,000, so very, very similar.
Because you get to that age where you think, okay, there's got to be something now, because there's been no advisories on my MOT.
No, mine went straight through, absolutely.
Mine was April,
And mine's just been July.
right? So I'm thinking, right, well, there's not going to be much from that.
I thought mine would just be like ticks, and I could rest.
That's a bit worn. That's a bit
Yeah.
worn. Maybe 6
Tires,
months.
well, yeah.
So let's do me first then.
Let's do that.
So I have. So this is on top of the check itself, in terms of the cost. But forget the health check. There's £880 of recommended work, which is essentially, I think it's 2 lower arms on each side at the back,
Was it back, was it?
and there was some at the front as well.
One bushings, basically.
Yes, yeah, just basic suspension components. The Teslas are quite prone to, and at 80,000 miles, I'm like, well, I'm not too bad at
Well,
that.
the thing is, I think if you had any car at 8,000 miles, you probably want to replace bushings on it,
Yeah.
especially with the potholes on the roads.
Yeah. And the only thing I've had done from Tesla is, the creaking at the front.
Oh, yeah.
The top arms. They were done at probably 40,000.
That's under warranty.
Under warranty, yeah, because they creaked.
Yeah.
But I've had that happen again, and I fixed it with the injection grease gun into the boot and just crap loads of silicone spray.
Yeah, well, that'll do the job, won't it? Yeah. It's
I mean,
not
I
a dangerous thing, is it?
Coated it in it.
It's just noisy.
And drove around, and it
Yeah.
eventually shut up. So I like you, I'm thinking, it can't be much. The MOT I know is a safety thing. It doesn't check your car. We know that, but it's
Part
suspension.
of it, they do check the suspension, don't they?
Well, if it was worn, it'd tell you.
Yeah, well, I've had a look and see what they do check, and they do check, suspension to make sure it is
Yeah.
safe.
But I guess they're just not bothered. As long as it's safe, that's it.
That's it.
They're not going to
Yeah.
give a report on it. So we want a report. And I was also partly thinking about the reduction oil change.
Yeah.
Although Tesla, again, don't
recommend
I'm saying you don't need to do this on the 3 and the Y. I thought, well, if I'm keeping it, I might
No,
do
the
that.
thing is, that the thing got me about that is, I've had cars with gears, and and they've they don't need to replace the oil in there.
Gearbox oil, yeah.
100,000 miles, 200,000 miles, and the second you get that done, you're like, I should have got this done day one.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
silky
it
smooth
transformed
afterwards,
it,
isn't
didn't it? Yeah.
It's a thing of not recommending, but then when you do get it done, it transforms it, and it's a thing of the gearbox oil on the Tesla. The reduction gear it's you get it as part of maintenance, don't you? If something was to go wrong with it, even if it's under warranty,
you're gonna kick
it's just
yourself.
the hassle of just replacing a litre, a couple of litres of oil.
Yeah, whatever it is. But I mean, yeah, for, I don't know, a couple £100, whatever it costs. I haven't got a price. It's preventative maintenance.
it is, yeah.
And if you're keeping the car for another 50,000 miles,
It's a no-brainer.
got to be worth it doing it, hasn't it? And quite frankly, sometimes main dealers or manufacturers, not dealers, get it wrong. Remember our 306 GTI 6?
Yeah.
The cam belt, what was the recommended
I
replacement
think it was
mileage?
60, was it?
60, 70,000 miles,
Something
the
like that.
Peugeot recommended.
Yeah, and you'd recommend getting that done at about 20 or 30, we don't say.
I think the forum we used to be part of, and we're going back a long time now, recommended doing a 40,000. Every 40,000 miles,
I
get the
didn't
cam
wait
belt
that long.
replaced.
They made out of like elastic bands, weren't they? I think
Well, yeah, because
they're renowned for snapping.
the GTR 6 forum did a bit of a study and said everyone who's had a snap, what mileage are we on?
Yeah.
And the average was about 50 odd.
Yeah,
And yet Peugeot was saying 60, 70.
yeah. So everybody would have had a cam belt issue by that.
And then they changed it, the Peugeot.
Yeah.
So that's clearly, they recognised they got it wrong.
They did, yeah.
And so I've always got that in my head saying, well, just because the manufacturer states
doesn't mean that they can't make mistakes.
yes.
We're seeing this, aren't we, though, with recalls at the moment. Yeah. With Stellantis and airbags.
Yeah.
It's one of those, isn't it? I think it's
Don't assume that it's that Well, it doesn't need doing. They don't say, if I'm keeping the car for another 50,000 miles, I'm doing that gear reduction oil regardless. So I might as well do it sooner rather than later.
They don't own it at the end of the day, do they?
It's my car, yeah.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah. So anyway, I need, let's call it 900 quid's worth of work doing with 4 suspension components.
Oh, and you had the...
And I didn't think that were too bad.
No. You had some work done as well on the drive, didn't you? The brake pads.
Oh, yes.
That's additional, isn't it?
Well, we'll come back to that as a separate entity if we can. Let's go down
Let's not forget about that.
Let's not, we will do. Let's go now. I'm going to say what do you? I mean, none of these are urgent. I should point out. They need doing at some point in the nearish future, which I'm going to get done.
I got my report back. My car had never been serviced.
And mine hadn't either. I should point out, apart from in year 3 when Tesla did it, and I did that out of curiosity.
Yeah.
They did the brake. They changed the wipers.
Yeah.
Rotated the tyres, but they did do that because I'd just put new ones on. The air filters and tested the brake fluid. And I think that was it, because they actually itemised it. That's the Tesla service. Well, that was the point.
What's the point? Yeah, no one's... Yeah.
So anyway, go on. So yours has never been serviced as far as you're aware? Or
No, never been serviced. No.
do you know that? Or
I'm pretty confident it's never been serviced.
because Tesla does?
Don't know, because why would you? Yeah, you don't have to anymore.
Especially if it's company car.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think mine was a company car before. So mine needs £1,500 worth of work.
And that's not from Tesla, we should point out.
No,
that's from a reputable independent person.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if anybody wants to buy a kidney to start with.
And
I mean, it's a lot. I'll talk about what it is. Yeah.
Have you got a list?
But I think
I've
it's
got
fair. So I have got, let's have a look. I've got camber arms. Supply and fit of camber arms.
Near side and off side.
Yeah. Supply and fit of knuckle bush replacement.
Caster arms.
Yep.
And rear
upper arms and forelinks. Now, the photographs that were taken as part of the inspection.
Yeah. And he showed me, because I was here when it got done, so I was looking at them. He's like, look at this, look at this.
Were an eye-opener, really.
It's moving, is the book.
Yeah. And I think the majority of it isn't anything that you wouldn't expect on any other vehicle.
No.
It's just that this has never been picked up because it hasn't been serviced.
And you should have done in July.
Had it have been, well, was it dangerous?
No.
That's the thing, isn't it?
But
it's not dangerous. It's just not right.
Usually they pick up worn bushes on MOTs, don't they? And well, actually, given what happened with your tyres on the MOT, I won't trust that station anyway.
Oh no, this was a different one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So originally, when the garage had it and MOT'd it, this is a different garage that's MOT'd it.
Right, because they didn't pick up on the I can see the literal
steel in the tyre.
Steel in the tyre on the inside of the tyre. This is just before I bought it.
So
that's MOT'd.
I've had it a year. Got it MOT.
Had it a year already?
Yeah.
Wow.
It came back fine, absolutely fine for the MOT. But clearly, when they've looked at the bushes, they've gone, yeah, they're safe.
Yeah.
But me, having seen photographs of the bushes, I'm going, yeah, I want those replaced.
Well, he showed me, he said, look.
The movement.
There's, again, not dangerous, but he said there's movement there and eventually it'll start rubbing on this and blah, 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 blah. Uneven tyre wear, of course.
Yeah, which is what I have at the moment.
Yep, and that essentially will cost you money. Because if you have to get rid of your tyre 10,000 miles too early.
Because one side's bald and the other side's got 4 mil on it.
That's probably equivalent to 200-300 quid's worth of damage to your tyres, isn't it? If you have to replace 4 tyres.
About £180 a corner.
Yeah, you're looking at 800-900 quid, are you, for a set?
Yeah, I couldn't fit in.
So if you're knocking half the life off then, it's £300-400 bill.
And if you think, I'm doing man maths on this, so 1,500 quid sounds like a lot, but if you divide it by the years you've had your car, 5 years, it's not terrible, is it?
And that'll be it for years to come. Many miles.
I like to call this the midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Every car has one. It's at a point where you think, I'm either going to get rid of it,
yep,
or I'm going to get it through the midlife crisis and keep it for another 3 or 4
trade
years.
it in, or that sort of thing. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm going to get it done. Whether that's I'm getting the parts myself and having a local garage fit it, or having the same people who inspected the car come and do it on the driveway. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the prices are. I'm waiting for prices.
Well, yeah, £1,500 potentially less, but that's a reasonable quote. It's not Tesla. I reckon that by Tesla would be
a lot more.
£3,000.
Yeah. Well, the thing is as well is that I don't know of that how much of that is replacing the bush or replacing the entire arm with everything.
I think Tesla would. I mean, well, let's go to the calipers.
Yeah.
Which goes to what you're just talking about in terms of what Tesla would replace. Yeah. So there's pins that hold the calipers together. I don't know the full story. I'm not a brake technician, but essentially there's pins one either side on the calipers, and I presume they hold them in place and they do the thing. So basically, because they haven't been served, yes, they do the thing.
Retainment springs, I don't know.
I don't know. On mine and yours,
Yeah.
apart from weirdly one of yours, so normally you'd want to basically knock these pins out, right?
Yeah, but I guess
And
like
it'd pop out the other side. Now, if you imagine a little thin steel bar, in the middle, Tesla in their infinite wisdom, it's thinner.
oh, why not?
So what happens is you go bang, 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 and it snaps in the middle.
Yeah.
Because that's its weak point. So if it hasn't been, if the caliper hasn't been taken apart and put together once a year
Maintained properly.
or so,
Yeah.
18 months maybe, then that is going to seize and they're going to end up you have to basically grind it off, heat it up, and then put new pins in, which were 15 quid a corner, and more labour, of course. All because those calipers, my calipers, and possibly yours, have probably never been off that car. Never been maintained, just to lube the various stuff and stop that from happening. And this guy was an ex-RAC technician, and he said that if there was a problem with the brakes where he had to maybe take that off, he said he would just nah, I'm recovering that. So it could have knock-on effects of this lack of lubrication. And for me, that meant that on one of my, I think it was one of the fronts, do you know, if you picture your disc now, for those that are listening, picture a brake disc.
And rings round it, didn't you?
Yeah, so it wasn't getting to the point where it was lipping, but it would have eventually done that. So only part of the brake pads was binding with part of the brake disc, which obviously reduced brake performance a little bit, but I would, until I tried it, not noticeable, because you wouldn't. It's a gradual
time, isn't it? Yeah.
So it reduces that, but it also means that eventually what would happen is that brake disc would corrode, and I'd have to replace a perfectly good brake disc. Also, because they haven't taken the calipers apart and put back together again, the brake pads had started to corrode on the back.
So you couldn't see that?
The metal part.
Yeah.
And therefore, because...
It's like separate from the
when something rusts,
the bed.
It expands, doesn't it? It's like wood getting wet, it expands.
Yeah.
So, the brake pad was coming away from the back.
Yeah.
So I had to replace the front pads. That's like, I don't know, 180 quid or something like that.
How much of those did you use?
90% life left.
Wow.
So 10% were used in nearly 80,000 miles.
I think, though, this sort of highlights the main reason to maintain your brakes over a car that you're using your brakes a lot more on, is that you're not using your brakes.
No.
Therefore, they need to be lubricated. Otherwise, the calipers are going to get stuck.
Yep.
It's one of those, isn't it?
I have had to spend nearly, probably, let's say, 200 quid on the brake pads because I didn't service them brakes over the last 5.5 years. 2 or 3 times would have been enough.
Yeah. I mean, would you? I mean, in terms of servicing, I'm wondering how often I'm going to service my car now. I know this. I'm thinking yearly mileage. I'm doing 10,000 miles a year. I think yearly is probably a little bit too much.
Well, other things that was checked was obviously, is everything working? Windows and all that.
Yeah.
Lubricate the door, shut.
Yeah.
All the stuff you could take care of yourself. I'm not bothered about. The brake fluid was checked because it can be tested.
I just got mine done when I did the MOT, although I didn't need it apparently, but it made a massive difference.
Yep, the coolant.
Yeah.
So on the Zoe, which I got the same health check done on, the coolant was only. He said, the coolant only protects down to -1, and the brake fluid has a little bit of water.
I mean, that's all but like the high of summer. You can use that car, and it's like the rest of the time. That's it.
And I guarantee the person who was on. So this is the £2,000 black Zoe that we bought, the 22.
10 years old, dude.
Nearly 10 years old, and that has not had any servicing. Not for the last 5, 6. She's under it 6 years, I think she said, and I bet it's not had a.
I bet it's never
service.
I bet it's never had the coolant changed.
No. And probably just, I bet, unless MOT has picked something up, it won't have been done.
Yeah.
Now, the Zoe's calipers came off and went back on again. I don't know what to say about that, whether it has been done or not. It's hard to say.
It might be a different way, stronger pins, or I don't know, different way that it's held together.
But ultimately, it's one of those where you think, my brake performance is now noticeably stronger because I'm binding properly. You could even argue there's a safety aspect.
I was just thinking, imagine that on the motorway if suddenly hit, stop stationary traffic. or somebody
Yeah,
pulls out in front of you.
don't get me wrong, I could still stop very quickly. It's
But
just
it's
when
that
you've got a
extra-
gradual decline over
Yeah, yeah,
years, you're not going to know. And then as
Just
soon
10,
as
20 foot though that you'd save at
be.
70 miles an hour. The
Could be.
difference between hitting somebody or something.
And I say this all the time for tyres, don't skimp on tyres.
No.
Brakes are equally as important when stopping anyway. And it is, when you brake now, it's not just a case of, oh yeah, these are new. It's like,
Well, I
I
guess
can feel the difference.
with the servicing, because I think we're sort of saying it's important to service your Tesla. Now,
Your
when
EV.
you took yours to Tesla, is they didn't look at the things that this company's looked at.
No,
So
no.
again, it'd be, where would you take it? Would your standard garage know? Because I know the garage that I use for everything, he's happy to look at my car and do things to it, but he's just saying parts. It's like, if you get me the parts to fix the problem, happily do the work for you.
Well, I suppose
Not a problem at all.
I mean, imagine if he's one of them. The trouble is, we've got someone else to do the health check.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess if the garage that our local garage did
The health check wouldn't.
they would know what to ring up about.
I guess the thing is, until there's a standardish health check. I mean, you take your car to a garage, you go, can you give it a health check? Well,
Yeah,
are they going to go, oh yes, we've got a 200-point health check? I think most of them would just go, why? What's wrong with it?
what I'm doing now is, I think, going forward for any EV, Tesla as well, I think the brake calipers and that need doing every, I won't say a year because I'm too lazy for that. It'll be between 14, 15, 16 months.
Yeah, something like
Up to a
year and a half.
Up to a year and a half. Definitely want the brake calipers pulling it apart, putting back together again, lube, service, all that sort of stuff. And that, they can test the brake fluid and the coolant at the same time. Everything else, I think, is user serviceable. Essentially, yeah. It's all user serviceable, isn't it? Stuff, lubing things, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then...
But the thing is, I think with a lot of, especially with the Tesla, I struggle. You can't actually get under the car. When there's so much covering under the car, it's difficult, isn't it, to look at all the component parts. An older car may be a bit easier because you don't have all the trays underneath.
Well, you have to say everything that we've noticed doing, you have to basically take the wheel off.
Yeah. And who's doing that at home on a regular basis? Nobody, I didn't realise.
And I wouldn't trust myself to put it back on properly every time either. I'm not that involved.
Well, it's a big job. I know if I've taken, I used to do that sort of thing with my car, take the wheels off and rotate them and stuff like that. And it ends up...
Half a day gone.
Well, the thing is, you need proper jacks. If you had two really good jacks, you could easily do it. If you've got one and an axle stand, you're like, oh, this is just. Do you know what? I might as well pay somebody
to do it properly.
Yeah, take it down somewhere, get somebody to take the wheels off. I'll have a look at it then.
100%. I'm just going to check to make sure that. Shall I leave this in or edit it out?
I think just leave it.
Because I've got to put my mirror behind the camera. I don't know if it's still recording. Because the one thing I've noticed, is that if somebody rings me, it stops recording.
Does it?
Because I'm using my phone.
Ah, so good.
And I'm expecting a call, which I forgot about. Anyway, we're good. We're good. So back to this. What are you doing with yours? So let's imagine you've had all this work done.
Yeah.
And it's a year later. 10,000, 15,000 miles, whatever. Are you getting anything done on that car again? Because we clearly have found out now that MOTs don't. They do the safety, but they don't tell us as much as we thought they did in terms of the bushes are worn, sir.
I would advise replacing them.
Yeah.
That's
And sorry to interrupt. The guy that checked them for yours, he went, look at this, and his words were, they are shot.
Yeah.
He actually used a different word, but essentially they're knackered, they're shot.
Yeah.
And
they need.
How the MOT has not picked up on that, I don't know. There's no way. Since July.
Yeah.
In fact, was it July? Your MOT?
July, yeah.
But we got this done in July.
It was that July.
So it's a couple of weeks after the MOT.
Yeah.
And then bushes, in his words, were shot.
Yeah.
How has that not been picked up?
I don't know.
So maybe it's a case of it should have been picked up, and it hasn't
been picked up. I guess when you're doing the MOT is, I don't.
Is it a garage you used before?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or it's at their discretion, isn't it?
Maybe. But so going back, what do you do a year from everything being fixed?
I think I would. I don't do enough mileage to think I'm going to do it every year. I think every 15,000 miles, 20,000 miles for me is probably enough.
Or 18 months, would you say?
Something like that, yeah.
Brake, I mean, we can't test brake fluid without buying a machine, I assume.
I've just had mine done though. So I'm happy with that. I think that brake fluid I would change every 2 years anyway.
I've had my brake fluid in that car
Since
5.5 years old,
Yeah.
and it's still testing fine.
yeah.
So does that tell me that, would I notice any difference, you reckon? If
Well, with the so I replaced the brake fluid in mine just because the pedal didn't feel great. It stopped, but the pedal feel was it just wasn't right. So I had that done, and afterwards the pedal feels really good, doesn't it?
So yours could have been needing doing it, you just never tested?
No testing, no.
Right.
No, I just said to him, mechanic said, when you get it MOT'd, before you do, just replace the brake fluid.
Yeah.
It don't feel right to me.
Fair enough.
And it obviously tons better now.
And another servicing, but not critical thing, which we're both thinking about doing, is the air conditioning gas.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people online saying that not got a problem with air conditioning.
Yeah, mine's working.
They got it re-gassed, and it's like, ooh,
It's like it's like an ice box now.
next summer. I think now's a bit late to get it done. It's we're up to.
Granted, yeah.
We ain't got much more.
And next March.
Yeah, I think next March.
If still got March, April-ish, that would be a good time, because by then it's 6 years old is mine, and it'll have probably done close to 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
And when I think about it, a £900 bill, let's call it 1,100-ish with the
Brake
check.
Yeah.
And I've got 1,300-ish then with the brake pads and that.
It's a lot.
Bad in
but it's not bad in
80,000 miles, is
Exactly.
it? That's the whole maintenance bill for that car.
I don't think it is, and I think again, I go back to this. If you were to buy a car on that sort of mileage anyway, you would expect to be replacing bushes and various bits and pieces. We've all had a car that sometimes when you turn it, it knocks.
Yeah, I always...
You take it to the garage, it's a drop link or something like that.
So annoying it.
Yeah, and this is just standard maintenance and repair.
I always think if you're buying a used car, certainly it's over like 3-4 year old anyway, I want 10% of whatever I pay for that car set to one side.
Straight away, it's going to be.
Just in case.
It's going to do wiper blades. They always do.
Yeah.
No matter where you buy your
tyres.
cars. Yeah, tyres as well.
You'll always put cheap tyres on before they sell the car.
Land sale. It's bizarre, isn't it?
That's all we had, some Churchill tyres. Have you ever heard of
never.
Churchill tyres?
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So, no, I can understand people doing it before they sell a car.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, what do I care?
Well, you still put I'll say a mid Kumo, something like that. You still put £1 million on, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't skimp out and go with just the cheapest thing money can buy.
Well, yeah, because I think we've said this before on videos. The first thing I look at with the used car when you walk up to it, what tyres have they put on it?
Yeah.
If it's cheap,
The rest of it.
especially if they've been using, if it's like, there's not much left and they're cheap, so clearly they're happy with it.
And not one of the tyre brands match on all four corners.
I'm thinking if they've literally spent the minimum amount possible on that car, servicing and maintaining it. It doesn't put me off the car, but it's a cross.
It sort of goes, right.
It's a negative.
You know what? It makes me think, right, have a really good look around this.
Yeah.
And let's. I mean, again, if you notice that all the four tyres are different, I'm pulling up the MOT history. What's it failed in every year?
Tyres.
It'll be tyres. It'll be something like that. It'll be. They've only been replaced when it's been flagged as an issue, which I guess brings us up to the whole MOT versus servicing. If we wait for it to fail in an MOT, we're only maintaining the car with
It's minimum standard.
Yeah, I guess it's reactive then, isn't it, rather than proactive maintenance. Proactive maintenance could probably save you a lot of money in the long term.
Well, we say that on everything.
Yeah.
Laptops, servers, cars, batteries. Proactive is best.
I have an interesting story that happened to me with my Mini. So the engine mount, the bottom engine mount went on the Mini.
I think I remember this.
So it went in. It was a bit of a rush job because I couldn't drive it. They replaced the engine mount on the bottom. Now, that was it wasn't a firmer mount, but it was newer, so therefore it was firmer.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened after that? 2 weeks after that, the two top engine mounts went.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Yeah.
Because they'd worn and that
Yeah. So it
created an imbalance.
Yeah. And they took out the top ones then. So it's that thing of it. It's like if you're going to do it, do all of it rather than.
So you're never going to need to do them again.
You never know. No.
Oh, yeah. Unless you're selling the car in the next few months, you're going to get the use out of them parts, aren't you?
Yeah.
And it's the same with tyres. It's the same with the brake stuff that we've mentioned. The gear reduction oil.
Yeah, that's on my. If I can find somewhere around here to do it, rather than to drive.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's.
If I'm keeping the car for 40,000 miles, it's going to be done in the next 40,000 miles. I might as well do it now, and it lasts another 80. So I'll never need to do it again, regardless. I've got to do it once, so I might as well do it sooner rather than later.
The thing in my mind with the Tesla is, within the year I've had it, it's dropped considerably because somebody's an idiot. We won't mention any names.
Oh, in terms of the price,
Value, yeah.
the value as.
So-
yeah, I think we're. I want to say bottom now, but
If I was to sell it now, it'd be pointless. It doesn't owe me particular that much.
no.
But if I was to sell it now, I would lose a lot in depreciation. I can't think of anything else that I'd want to replace it with other than an Ioniq 5N or something like that.
Which is immensely expensive.
Yeah, or an EV60. So,
Or just another Tesla.
yeah, just another Tesla. Now, I would, maths wise, it would only make sense to replace it with another Tesla because they have dropped equally. But in that case, then I might as well just keep mine.
What you've got because
I've got it, I've
yeah,
fixed it, I know where I am with the maintenance program. I'm not going to get another £1,500 surprise from somewhere.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll get mine done. I'll keep it for another 2 or 3 years and then just reassess at that point, I think. You know, like you were saying earlier, if you were, rather than spending £4,000 or £5,000 upgrading what I have,
To like a performance or something.
just get something
Get
else.
a toy.
Get a toy.
Yeah, £4,000 or £5,000 convertible something.
Yeah.
It's going to give you more fun in
A slow MX-5 would be, you know what I mean? It's just different, isn't it? It's, you know,
You can decide to have a fun drive by just taking that car.
yeah.
I mean, we've said this time and time again, haven't we? You get more fun out of 2 cars of the same value than 1 car that's trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't exist, does
It
it?
doesn't, no. You can't have something that takes the whole family in and yet is light
And fun
Yeah, it
and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, and convertible.
yeah. Not unless you're buying a Maserati and then
Well, yeah. Then it probably won't work.
yeah, it'd be compromised.
So no, so ultimately then, because I feel this is like car therapy for us.
It is, yeah.
Going forward, so the Seat Me,
Yeah.
that's due at service in like a week and a half.
Are you going to take it to see it or are you going to get an independent?
Well, I rung up Seat. Well, in fact, they rung me.
Or seat? Yeah.
They rung me twice because it's had a repair done by them before. So this is every 2 years you get this serviced. So this car's now 4 years old, so it's had 1 service in its life.
Yeah.
And it's due its
Doesn't do a lot of
second 4
miles,
years.
does it?
It's on 30 odd, so it's doing about 6-7 a year.
Yeah. Sort of low average.
Decent-ish, but yeah. And I said, okay, well, could you tell me what it does on your service? Not really, because this is a call centre.
Yeah.
To remember.
Not really, but do you want one?
So it needs its MOT and service. Now the MOT we're getting done locally because I'm taking the TT in for, let's say, a lot of work. So it's like 2 birds, 1 stone. So how much do you think Seat are charging for an MOT, which is on offer at £40,
Okay.
and a full service on the Seat Me Electric, which in their own words doesn't really have much to do.
Yeah.
So that's MOT and full service, and that includes checking but not changing the brake.
I'm saying 230 quid.
340
Whoa.
for a Seat Me.
Wow.
And I said, do you rip apart the calipers and put them back together again?
No,
Yeah,
certainly not.
No.
That's just, I mean, what?
What's the point?
I guess their hourly rate is £100. It must be. An hour worth of some.
Well, if they're
time
charging 40 quid for the MOT,
and then £300
yeah, essentially, yeah.
for somebody just to look at it but not touch it.
And I don't know what. And again, they're testing the brake fluid. They're not changing it, so that's not even part of it.
Wow.
340. I'm like, what? You know what? I'm not. I'm just going to use
do
the
it
same.
myself.
Yeah. Or I'm just going to use. Yeah.
Do you know what?
Brakes. Is there something I can't do myself? Well, I want them doing. Clearly, we figured that out.
You could get the brakes stripped. You could probably even get the brake pads and discs replaced for that, and the fluid and coolant. You could probably get most of that done for 340 quid.
Even though it probably won't need to.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get the same service and health check done that we had done on the Teslas, because I now don't trust the main I mean, this isn't anything new, is it? We've not trusted main dealers for ages. It's just with a modern petrol engine or diesel car, you know what needs changing, and the servicing is done as part of that. With EVs, because there's this perception, I think also by dealers and manufacturers, that you don't really need to do anything. They're not even bothering with the brakes either.
Yeah, it just.
And that's bugging me now. I'm like, and I kind of knew they didn't do that, but
you know
I've never
what?
kept the car long
It's just
enough.
like roll it in, put the shutters down, roll it back out again. Job done.
Yeah. So
No, I agree. Yeah, I think again, it's finding, and we're going to see this over, the coming years, is garages that specialise in this sort of stuff. So the more,
it's not even specialist.
I guess the thing is, maybe with Teslas more so, is getting the parts.
Yeah.
Everywhere I ring, it's like, oh yeah, we can do, but getting the parts is kind of tricky.
Yeah, we know what's I emailed a garage and said, this is what I've been told. So like we read yours out,
Yeah.
offside front this, offside front that. Anyway,
know
you're
what
gonna have
it
to
is.
tell me the specific part, or I want to see it because. Do you mean that or that?
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, again, the mistake we've made, I guess, is that the person doing the check isn't the person potentially doing the repair. And Tesla I think there's some garages that are scared of Tesla in terms of bringing up for parts.
Yeah.
I don't mean working on them. I mean, like,
Well, the thing is, the garage.
can't go to Euro car parts for
Well,
that.
the garage have got to take the chance on it, haven't they? And if the part doesn't fit, what do they do then? Are they stuck with it? Can they return it to Tesla for a restocking?
So the easiest thing to do is to say, unless you can tell me the specific part,
Can you bring it with you?
you're going to have to bring it in. I want to check what needs doing. Because the stuff that was picked up had nothing to do with electric vehicles.
No, it's not. No, it's
all
It
suspension
happen with any vehicle,
Yeah.
I think.
Although it does seem... Would you say it's more prone with Tesla's suspension components wearing more than a typical 80,000?
Zoe as well. I don't know.
The weight of things? Because bear in mind the Tesla's designed from the ground up as an EV. You would expect the suspension... It's not like a modified Clio, which is the Zoe.
I think you've got to think, haven't you? It's a lot of it has got to be the torque. Instant torque, massive amounts of it, pulling whatever it is away from whatever the bushings are trying to keep it in. I think it's just going to be that, isn't it? Over time, usually find that cars that have a lot more torque will have a lot more issues with suspension.
But do you reckon if you had a Golf GTI, for the sake of argument, 5.5 years old, done 80,000 miles, would you have similar suspension
I
replacement?
think you would have parts, yeah. I think the thing is then, though, certainly in my and your head, it's a known entity. If somebody went, oh, it's for, it's for lower dog, is it dog bone mount?
Wishbone.
You know, you just straight away what it was. You'd be able to go on various
Euro car
websites
parts or something like
and
that.
just
yeah.
buy it. You put your registration plate of a Tesla at Euro car parts, and it just goes. You've got a good, and also as well as the aftermarket parts as well. So if you had bushings going, you could go with another company to get your bushings. You don't have to go OEM.
No.
You could ruin the ride and go for
Polycarbonate. So.
yeah,
Powerflex.
Powerflex bushes.
Well, I mean, all right. So we're speaking to the gentlemen and ladies out there. What do we, in our non-specialist advisory world, what
Get it serviced.
But when it is service, we need to specify more. I guess.
Okay, I would recommend that you go for an inspection then. I would recommend that you don't use a main dealer.
Out of the years?
Garage, I would say I would go an inspection every 10 to 15,000 miles probably. And I would want to check braking components, strip the calipers.
Or specify it at the main dealer if that's because if you had a Kia then and it's would you
trouble,
maintain the dealer warranty, servicing for the warranty?
Tricky, isn't it, with that?
Because I know you can get it serviced. You have to prove though that you've got it.
warranty. I guess what you'd have to do. You probably have to do the.
Can you do the brake calipers, please, Mr. Kia?
Or you'd get them done in two separate places. Yeah. You go, right, I'm going to stick with what I have to do to keep my Kia warranty. And then I'm going to go to my local dealer who I trust,
And other manufacturers as well, not just Kia.
No. So I'm going to go to somebody I know and have them do the other parts. It'd probably be a lot cheaper to do as well to do that. If it's a specialist part that only a dealer can do, fair enough. But if it's something like suspension work, then it's bread and butter for everybody, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Brake caliper servicing is what a good garage has always done as part of a service.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason modern manufacturers and dealers don't seem to be bothered about it anymore.
Well, they started doing this a long time ago, didn't they? I remember, back in 2002 or 3, a friend of mine got a Clio 1.2, and the first service was at 20,000 miles.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. And by that point, his brake pads or discs were just completely shot.
Everything. Yeah, no MOT obviously.
Because it's because it was 2 years old by that point.
No servicing in between.
It's dangerous.
It was dangerous. Yeah. And it's that thing that I think what they do is they try to reduce the servicing to make it an incentive to buy the car. You don't need to service this for the first 2 years or the first 20,000 miles. Therefore, it's a cheaper car for you to own and a benefit for you, which is one of the reasons I went with a Tesla. It's like, oh, brilliant, don't need to service it. But the reality is that by you not doing that, you're probably going to end up with bigger bills. If you keep on top of it, or a big bill all in one go, like me and you have, rather than replacing the parts as and when they occurred.
Yeah, and of course, if you are chewing through tyres, if you've got a Tesla, in fact, if you've got an EV and you're chewing through tyres, as in uneven wear, Like
Most people know.
the inside of a Tesla seem to be prone, don't they?
Yeah, of a lot of EVs, the inside of a tyre seems to be very prone to wear. Also seen a lot of EV tyres that are splitting not that way, but around the tyre. So you're getting like stripes where the rubbers come away. Seems to be quite a common thing as that at the moment with EVs. Yeah, have a look online. There's quite a few. I think the Ioniq 5N is doing that, but again, I guess it's
The sheer amount of
just
power.
the power.
Yeah.
You've got to
600
turn-
brake horsepower.
It's got to turn that, and I guess it becomes a little bit like an Indian burn, maybe, where the tyre just goes like that.
Especially with the amount of people putting the foot down for fun.
Oh, you won't, yeah.
What you're going to do. So essentially, if you've got a tyre, you go, yeah, mine did wear. Yeah, the tyre guy said the inside's one than the outside. You probably have
Bushing.
suspension issues.
The thing is, you could probably go and go out, I'm going to take that and get it aligned, but you're getting it aligned to a platform where there's issues.
There's something that moves.
Yeah.
You hit a speed bump and it's slightly different now
Exactly.
because the bush is not
Which
solid
is
anymore.
why you need to get the problem sorted out,
Yep.
get it aligned afterwards.
So there is a certain proactive nature to saving money longer term because again, tyres ain't cheap. By getting it properly checked. So do we trust Tesla? Because logically, well, that Model S I took, and I literally said, so it's for those that are unaware, and it's on the channel, but it done 190,000 miles nearly. And I literally give it to them and said, if there's anything wrong with that car,
you let me know.
fix it.
Yeah.
I said, I want it, so I knew it was mainly suspension because the car tells you if there's anything else wrong. And it was under warranty with the battery and the motor, so that wasn't an issue. I just, tell me what's wrong with it that you can find. And it was, if I forget tyres anyway, about $2,500 later.
Yeah.
And then I got it MOT'd maybe a month after because it was due. And they say, oh, this bush is worn.
Yeah. It's like,
And that, ironically, that was an MOT. So it didn't fail, but it went, oh, just that bush is a bit worn. I've just given it to Tesla.
and they've gone
said,
through it.
anything.
Yeah.
I've literally give you a blank check nearly.
Yeah.
Fix it. So
That's annoying though, isn't it? Because there's nothing that annoys me more than the garage where you take your car to get it fixed.
And they missed something.
And then you're taking it back because it's like, well,
And I did have to take it back as well because the alignment wasn't right.
why didn't you do this at the time? Oh, well, you'd already spent enough money or you want to save some money. No, I'd rather you just get it all done in one. Me getting the time off work to come and drop off and pick up the cars is a bigger problem than the money.
Well, when I went back for the second time, bear in mind we had to drive from near Skipton to Leeds, so it's an hour in each way. So I drove to Tesla in Leeds and they were just redoing the alignment because it was pulling to one side, as in the steering wheel slightly off centre. So
Which they give your car backwards like that.
yeah,
You obviously want.
they gave me the car back like that, and there was one other little thing that there was like a 50 quid job to do as well to stop it knocking. And I basically drove to Leeds, so that's an hour of my time, sat there for 2.5 to 3 hours, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, watching stuff on my phone, and then drove back. So effectively, that entire Saturday was gone.
Wasted, yeah.
I think I got back at like 3 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah. It's,
All because of a fault that they should have done day one.
yeah.
So going back
I would have
really
preferred,
annoyed me.
I don't know about you, if they rung you up and gone, oh, I'm really sorry, don't come tomorrow if you can help it, because we still need to do something with it.
Well, I said you can have the car for as long as you want. It's not my main car.
Yeah.
I said, if you want it a week, 2 weeks, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, I just want it back done.
When it's done, it's fine. There's no rush. It's not my only car, blah, blah, blah. And they said, yeah, right, it's all done, it's all good. And driving it up the road, so you turn right out the dealership and up that road, I noticed straight away that the steering was slightly off centre. So it's not like they couldn't have spotted it.
No.
And then
You take it back, don't you? And just go, what?
well, you can't even talk to them.
No, is it all?
That's the truth. It's all on the app. And even if I had done it, it was too late to do anything anyway.
Yeah.
So when you're picking it up, because it's contactless, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just go into the car park in Tesla, get in the car, pay the bill on the app,
Then you can
and
drive
it unlocks the car. So you don't even have to go into the dealership to do that. And they're not even sales anymore, are they? They're just test driving. So like you say, it's the convenience of it, or the lack of convenience, that is the most annoying part. It's not the fact that, people make mistakes, but now you've cost me a day.
Yeah.
If they didn't open Saturdays, I'd have had to take a day off work because of their mistake.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do I trust now? If we said to Tesla, I want a full service, but I want you to check all the suspension components, do I trust them? Because sometimes they will be good. It's good and bad, like everywhere.
Again, I would choose an independent
a trusted person. So it's it's always word of mouth, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, this is how these things work, isn't it? It is word of mouth. It is, if I can get all this work done at my local garage who I've used for years, and he can happily do this, it might be that when somebody else comes along with the same problem, I go, use him. He's done this before.
Yeah. So I guess going forward on any EV, then it's a proper inspection and brake repair party for a trusted garage, which is, let's face it, what you've always probably done out there with a combustion engine car.
Yeah.
So it's no different really. Only there's nothing to service on the drivetrain side of things.
No.
I guess that's the basics out of it. EVs though, because of that ethos, going back to the very original point of this podcast, you don't need to service them. At least Teslas anyway.
But I would do.
Well, you clearly do.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Yeah.
But the fact that they don't service those... in fact, I would have mentioned that caliper, the pins that we mentioned. The person said he worked for a main dealer, not a Tesla, years before he did this. And he said what Tesla would have done with them pins that he couldn't get out and then grind it out. He did it manually. They would have just replaced the whole calipers. They wouldn't even attempted to do it.
Faulty.
So that's 4 figures for new calipers. Nothing wrong with the calipers, you just couldn't get the pins out, so they replaced the whole pin.
Yeah.
It's like the suspension thing that creaks. It's just a bit of grease that's missing in the right place. They replaced the whole arm.
Yeah. It'll come as one thing, won't it?
Because it's a main dealer thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're not going to try and diagnose it. We're going to replace it all.
Yeah.
We're not going to replace the bearings on your Renault Zoe motor. We're going to replace the whole motor.
Well, it's taking a sledgehammer in it to crack a nut.
Yeah. So I guess you have to, or if you want to maintain main dealer service history, whether it's for warranty purposes or not, keep doing that if you want. But you're going to presumably, you're going to have to get it checked again. Or not checked, or done again. Because we can't trust main dealers.
No.
And this would be combustion engine cars when it comes to brakes and suspension. Logically, it's the same.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's the same part.
But we're talking about the same dealers as well.
Yeah.
So it's not an EV thing, really.
I wonder if with the dealers, is there still that thing where, the people who are in the back doing the work on your car and stuff, have they still got that, it's an EV?
Well, I know if there's anything that's wrong with them that's vague.
There's a specialist, isn't there?
There's an EV person
who comes around.
It probably doesn't even, there's not even one at each dealer, unless
it's shared, isn't it?
And that's why sometimes I've heard of people with some brands, not Tesla because they only do EVs, but with other brands who say, they can't even look at it for 6 weeks.
I had
the EV guy's not in.
A neighbour with an ID4 and it had a battery fault, and in the end, had to replace the battery pack.
As in the main battery pack?
Yeah. He was without his car.
I bet it did.
3 months he was without a car.
3 months.
Because they didn't have the guy or the part. So once we get the part, then we book in and a team or a guy, I'm not sure, turn up and do the work.
Well,
nobody here is qualified to do this.
Well, let's finish it on the Renault dealership from the person we bought that car off. The Renault dealer said,
this is the other car. This isn't the £2,000.
Yeah, this is a different one.
This is the even cheaper one.
Which you haven't seen yet unless you're on Instagram. My Instagram. @EVManUK.
So you need to be on his Instagram.
See about your
Not
car.
mine.
So effectively, the Renault dealer said to the person we bought this off eventually, it needed a new motor because it was making a whine. Probably bearings, but we genuinely don't know yet. So he said yes. I think the guy was short of money. He had a nice house and everything, and he just wanted it running. He'd had it for 80,000 miles. It was his wife's car.
Never missed a beat. Real likes it.
8 years old.
Yeah.
So we went, all right. I think it was 4 to 5 grand. He said for a new motor.
We said yeah.
He said yes. They had that car for nearly a year and still were waiting on a new part. The motor.
Well, he found his car, didn't he? He found it at the local supermarket.
In Morrison's.
Where the dealership had some sort of agreement with them where they could park cars that were...
The long-termers, I guess.
And it was just sat there.
It's just sat in Morrison's the entire time. And so that's the main dealer who clearly didn't want to repair the motor. They would replace it. But they couldn't get a part for a year. So again, useless.
I wonder at that point, though, how much of it is them going, we just don't want to do this.
You would have thought they'd just said that rather than drag him out.
It seems rather weird, doesn't it, that a year has gone
40
by.
kilowatt hours old, you can't find
a motor
from Renault.
Yeah.
For a car that was sold up to 2020.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
It's not an old model.
You'd think Renault would have, spares of these.
You would think so.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean, the thing is, it's not going to be Renault who makes the motor, is it? It's going to be somebody else. They're going to want to keep producing. They're going to want to keep producing the part, aren't they? Because to sell it, it's a business.
It's probably even the same motor in the 50 kilowatt hour. They replaced it.
And when I looked at the 40, there's only 2 motors in there, from what I can see online. One is for the one that does the
Q1, yeah.
the rapid charging, and the other one's just for standalone. I'm guessing that's for regenerative.
I know. Yeah, I can't remember.
There's
the
2
difference
separate
now.
motors.
Yeah,
That's it. Because I thought maybe if we need a new motor, maybe we can get one that goes faster. No.
So, but it's another thing. I mean, going back to that GTI 6. We'll end it. We'll end it again on this. We both had the same car, the 306 GTI 6, and when I had it, it had a misfire. I took it to Peugeot because my local garage says we're not sure what it is. You're gonna have to take it to Peugeot. So we're going back.
Ooh.
To
Nearly 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, but it is.
Nearly 20. Yeah, it will be 20. Yeah, over 20 years. So the main garage went, we don't have the diagnostic tool, so you're going to have to take it to Peugeot. Peugeot said it needed a new ECU.
Oh, of course it did, yeah.
Nearly £1,000. Again, this is 20 odd years ago, remember? That's a lot of money. And
I bet the car didn't cost. Well, like $4,000, was it?
4.5, I think I paid for it.
So, wow.
So I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And I said to them, are you sure it's the ECU? We believe it is, yes. I said, well, if you're wrong, what happens then?
Yeah.
Because they said to me very specifically, once they install the ECU and program it to the car, we can't take it back.
Yeah, it's yours.
I said, but if you're wrong, so I get that ECU and it doesn't work,
Yeah, what happens then?
what happens then? We'll look at further work favourably. Right, okay. So I was umming and ahhing. I says, okay, well, can you not test it? Well, how? I said, take one off another car.
Yeah.
Just temporarily swap the ECU and see if it follows it. And they went, oh yeah, it's the ECU. It's definitely the ECU. They put mine, and then it just by pure chance, they were driving out of the garage apparently, because this is what the guy was telling me. It did it again.
Yeah.
So then, oh, it's not your ECU. I said, that's bloody good lucky.
Yeah.
So I just said, just give me the damn car back, because they
Check it
don't know what's wrong with
they're
it.
guessing at this point.
I rung up an ECU specialist. Do you remember the guy that drove to my house
Yeah.
from Blackburn? And this is probably, I don't know, probably 45 minutes for him.
Yeah.
And he programmed ECUs, like hand-coded them.
Yeah.
Remember, he was the only one that could do GTI 6s and I think Mazdas, MX-5s, something like that. Anyway, it was a genius. And he looked at it and he went, well, it's cylinder 3, I think he said. Could be the injectors. So he unscrewed 2 injectors and swapped them.
And it followed it.
The problem followed the injector.
It's the injector.
He went, oh, it's your injector. All right, so I give him 40 quid for his,
Yeah.
because that's what he asked for. He went, oh, thanks very much. And I bought a new injector from Peugeot for £45.
Yeah.
Unscrewed 2 bolts, swapped it round. It never put a
And this is
foot
the
wrong.
thing,
And you bought it after me.
Yeah.
And they wanted an ECU.
But what they'd done is, I think they must have plugged something into it and gone, oh, the ECU's not communicating, or there's something coming up on here.
So it's basic diagnostics.
Where's mechanic? Yeah, it's if you were actually did some mechanical work on it, and go, oh, it is misfiring on a certain cylinder.
You've learned how to fix cars in
Route the
college.
injector, coil pack. The coil pack on Volkswagens.
Swap them round.
He's doing that all the time. There's stuff going, all right, it's a coil pack, yep.
Any mechanic worth his salt would have fixed that.
Yeah.
Because they would have just done the bit. I can't diagnose it, but I can swap them round.
Yeah, it's just, it's
Oh, look, it's followed it.
yeah. You do that with all sorts of things in life, don't you?
Well, you got 5 server hard drives, and one of them's faulty.
Yeah.
There's a way of finding out which one.
Yeah,
isn't
there is,
there?
yeah.
Big trial and error help.
Called fault finding.
Fault finding.
It is.
I genuinely think a lot of people, mechanics at dealerships, and now today anyway, effectively going straight from college into the dealership, doing like a course,
Yeah.
becoming an Audi technician, but they're not taught how to be a mechanic. They're taught
Like
how
a
to
career politician.
they're taught how to go down the sheet for Audi.
Yeah.
You know, so you might be familiar with Audi, but you know, the basic mechanics now. I'm not about the
I
advanced.
wonder if they're just following it.
I think it's
crib sheet
yeah.
at the end of the day.
Check this, check this, check. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Audi checklist, like a flow chart.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
But how you think? Why? And I just remember the Peugeot dealer wouldn't even
Do you know
sell me.
why? Because experience costs money.
Oh, true. But when I tried to buy that £45 injector,
Yeah.
the guy almost didn't sell it to me on the parts desk from Peugeot.
Really?
I said, well, why not? He says, because if it's not the injector, you're going to bring it back. I went, no. I said, I'll write something. I'll sign a piece of paper saying I won't do.
Well, just don't give me a refund.
Yeah, I said, but you couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix it myself, and you're now telling me you're not going to sell me the part?
Yeah.
Anyway, I eventually did, and lo and behold, it solved the problem. Because I remember about 2 weeks after I did that, we drove down to Birmingham.
Yeah.
You were looking at the car.
Yeah. It drove faultless, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was for because you bought the car off me, and my mum and dad bought the car off you.
Yeah.
For years, that injector was fine.
Fine. Yeah.
And the ECU was as well, funnily enough.
Done
So
over 100,000 miles that towards the end, hasn't it?
it done a lot, yeah. It's done its. That was a great car.
Your mum and dad had it for years.
They did, yeah. But that's a long time ago now. So I think we're done. How much have we done? We've done 55 minutes.
55.
So waffled a bit longer. Under an hour. Right, so that's driving home. There is a new feature, it seems, on both Spotify and YouTube. Spotify you can put comments on now,
Wow.
as in the Spotify app on a podcast. Who knew?
I knew about watch video as well in Spotify.
I think you can put videos onto there too, but I don't know if you can put the whole video, just snippets.
Snippets. Okay.
But with YouTube now has something which I've enabled for my channel. So this is the main EV Man channel now, called Communities. So if you're on your phone, click on my channel name. It'll say, was it Visit Community?
Yeah.
It's
like a forum.
It's a forum, yeah. You can even post up your own topic.
Yeah.
I can delete it, of course, and moderate it, but effectively, you can have feedback without. I guess it's a comment section for the channel rather than comment section for each video.
That's the best way of describing it, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. So if you want to give us feedback for this, and you're not watching it on the Driving Home YouTube channel, where there is a comment section, then just go to my main. So if you're listening to this, I don't know why I'm looking at the camera here.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on your Spotify or your Apple Podcasts, and you want to provide feedback, or have got ideas for other podcast topics, go to my YouTube channel.
I just want your money back.
Yeah, visit Communities, and then just put a topic over. I may even put a post up saying, podcast has gone live.
Yeah,
and we can chat about it in here, something like that. So there we have it. I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Driving OHM is done. There
For
we
now.
go. So
next time.
yeah, we'll see you probably in a couple of weeks, but we genuinely are moving forward on this podcast thing.
Yeah.
Again. So right, guys, thanks for watching, listening, whatever you're doing, and we're going to end it on the last word, which are.
Oh, let's have a.
Come on.
Blancmange.